That's stupid, guys. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm sorry. Random unpopular opinions that are gonna piss you off. Let's go. If you are brand new here, hello, my name is Pearl. If you like content like this, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe. However, make sure you do so at the end so you can actually see if I deserved it or not, right? I think that's important. Let's hop in here quickly because I have a lot of unpopular opinions. If anything, I probably have more than just this, but I just wanted to kind of spitball. First things first, I do not feel bad for any victim that was scammed by Logan Paul. For whatever reason, people continue to platform him. And for me, why should I feel sorry for you for believing him? It makes no sense. Companies that did major layoffs in 2022 are terrible. I don't care what the heck the problem is or why they felt the need to do it. I personally feel like it was just a money grab and that's it. They were just following suit with whatever big company was doing the same thing. I personally don't believe in layoffs. I think it's a very bad thing to do. And I think every single CEO should do everything in their power to make sure it doesn't happen. Point blank period. Mexican candy is nasty. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. I don't like it. I never have. I've always tried. I've continually tried, and honestly I think I'll continue to try, but it's disgusting and I'm sorry. Tres leches, if I'm even saying that right, is it tres leches cake? Okay, the Mexican cake, it's disgusting as well. Yeah, I don't want my cake to be wet. I don't think that's something that needs to be wet. You know what I mean? I'm good. For those that are absolutely hurt because that's their favorite cake, I'm sorry. I think it's a texture thing. Kevin from the Backstreet Boys looks so much better than Nick Carter. Like, I don't understand why people uplift Nick when we have this fine, beautiful specimen of a man named Kevin Richardson. I mean, oof, the soul in his face. I mean, anyways, I can go on and on. Men that support Andrew Tate, they kind of scare me. I'm gonna be honest, they kind of scare me a little bit because the thing is where are you on the spectrum, right? Can you have a moderate conversation and kind of see where the rest of the world is coming from? Or are you on the extreme level to where it's like, you know, if you don't see me in a kitchen, you don't see me. You know what I mean? There's these things that kind of pop into my mind when I see the very cult-like following of the Andrew Tate followers. But again, let me know your thoughts. He's extremely sketchy, and I think people ignoring that, it says a lot. It says a lot about society. The Office is overrated, and it should have nothing to do with your personality. I don't care that you love The Office when I'm on a dating app. I'm trying to figure out why you think I should care. I'm sorry, I just have to state it because it's very much annoying. It drives me crazy how many times I have to have this conversation with people. And the thing is most of these diehard Office fans don't even know the origins of the TV show. And that alone lets me know that you don't have a personality, so therefore you choose, you know, external things to make that your personality, because what are you talking about? That entire show is surrounded by being in a 9-to-5 office, and I get it, there are some funny moments. I'm not saying there's not, but I don't think it's warranted to be a personality type. Stand by that till the day I die. Revenge is one of the best shows ever created on television. And if you haven't seen it, please go watch it and then come tell me what you think. Because for those that have seen it, I've never heard a bad thing. So if you have one, please, I want to hear it. I really want to hear it. And don't forget to send it to Emily Thorne too, because I'm sure she'd be curious. If you still believe Christmas is good, then you are fully into the Matrix. And that's fine. Ignorance is bliss, right? But if you think or have still believed for how many years without looking through the actual evidence and history of what it actually is, and you just wholeheartedly believe that Christmas is good, holy, Christian, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I'm sorry to burst that bubble for you. I really am. Because it sucked when it bursted for me. Louis or Louis, is it Louis C.K. or is it Louis C.K.? I don't even remember anymore, and I apologize for everyone that loves him out there. He came back for redemption after his little squabble, if you will, whatever that situation was. anyways. So Bill Cosby wanting to do the same thing doesn't necessarily surprise me. I think people that are outraged by it really shouldn't be that outraged by it, because there's so many people who go through so much legal crap, crime crap, reputation crap, whatever kind of crap you want to talk about, and they continue to make molehills and mountains and fame out of that crap. So, you know, let's see what Bill Cosby got. Let's see what he got. Obviously, there should be heavy security at all locations, wherever he goes. But yeah, I'm curious to see what that tour would be looking like if he actually decides to go through with it. I mean, the man is old now. I mean, jeez. Nigga Caught Avocado is talented. Yeah, I believe he is extremely talented. Even before the YouTube fame, he had attributes to him that were very much... complete talent, and nobody can tell me differently. Yeah, I understand he is obviously a controversial mess. Anybody that's been on that channel is fully aware of that. But I do think that to the core of him, there is a lot of talent there. This one is kind of hard to say because I don't want to believe it, but I know that the evidence is there. But Aaron Carter definitely played a role in his death. As much as there are other things that definitely played that fiddle a little bit louder, if you will, I do think that a lot of it stems down to codependency. And I think codependency issues is something that men don't necessarily talk about enough, especially because it's kind of already ingrained in them to be that, right? Somebody needs to be dependent on you to be a man, right? You know, whose bills are you paying? Are you able to afford child support? Yada, yada, yada. It's kind of fed into them. But that codependency leads them astray in certain areas in life. But I really do think that had to do everything with codependency, especially when it comes to attention, value, you know, how do I feel every day and how do I refill that up every single day? And for Aaron, it was just a lot of different ways of doing it that were very much unhealthy. And I mean, what can you say? We're human, right? I think we've all been there one way or another. Curtis Connor is one of the best creators on this platform. I really believe that he's really on a level really with like PewDiePie and Mr. Beast, and I just feel that I just have to give that man his applause here. I don't necessarily look up to many YouTubers in the way of like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. It's not really something I come across with a longevity of consistent emotion. And with Curtis Connor, it's always there. And man, I haven't even been on like PewDiePie and Mr. Beast's channel in a while. Yeah, Curtis Connor, I love that man. Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty really have the following they have because they are attractive. I don't think it's just their weight. I think it's because they are attractive. I think at some level, people are aware of that because there are tons of people who are obese with personalities that don't necessarily blow up to the extent of Amberlynn Reid or Foodie Beauty. I just feel like they're in a whole different lane compared to Tammy and Amy. And I see it no differently because sometimes the fascination and obsession with Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty, it becomes very like, I'm kind of fascinated by it. Like, I'm just like, wow, people really care about these weight journeys.
So it'll motivate me. I'm gonna become dedicated. I'm gonna become determined, inspired. I'm going to prove everybody wrong and myself for February 9th.
Life journeys? I don't even know what to call them at this point, but you know what I'm saying. Def Noodles could have had millions of subscribers by now if he didn't ruin his reputation in the way that he did. I really believe that. I think Def could have been something extremely major on this platform to where it would have just been an abundance of more hate of people just being like, oh my gosh, this guy's just like killing it right now. But I think he focused on other avenues that just... Def versus Papa Gut.
I'm happy you admitted to that. It was interesting to see you backtrack and try to then claim that it's a joke. It's interesting logic there. But
who do you think is gonna like look at this and go, wow, Dennis is so smart?
Right. Didn't necessarily need to be focused on, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee is better than Starbucks. I don't care what you say. It's so much better. I've never left Starbucks and thought, wow, that was the best tasting drink I've ever had. It just doesn't happen for me. Maybe I haven't had the right drink. You guys put your equations down below. Drink menus, ingredients, whatever you want to call them. It's damn near calculus at this point. I'm over it. If you still support Shane Dawson, I personally think something's wrong with you. I don't know how else to say that, because I don't know why or how that man is on this platform and Jenna's not. I'll say it again. And Jenna's not. Like, it actually bothers me that he felt confident enough to come back and Jenna has not. It makes me so mad. Anyways, women that despise having a daughter, meaning like their first born as a daughter, I feel like they're gonna be terrible mothers. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that has seen the energy of like, oh my God, like I just hope it's not a girl, like I hope it's a boy, like I hope it's a boy. And sometimes it kind of makes me think, you know, just as a female, right? How much it's normalized to just devalue our gender. It's an interesting conversation that I think I don't necessarily want to have openly, or at least I haven't had like a dedicated video on it, because I haven't had a child myself, right? So I don't really know what that experience would be like. But when I'm seeing it with other people, I find it to be really interesting. Even the videos where you see, you know, the baby reveal and then it's a girl and the guy is like, oh, and he lashes out and people laugh about it. And then it's another gender reveal and we're just over it. I don't know. That energy is very weird to me. Let me know your thoughts down below, because it's definitely something I've noticed, and I don't think it's right. I think that that wavelength needs to be changed a little bit. I think the frequency is a little off, if you know what I'm saying. The obsession with eating African food on camera is racist to me. I said it. It's racist to me. It's the same with when people eat Asian food, whether that is anything, all right? From squirrel to dog to the frogs to the octopus, I don't care. Whatever animal you want to put, insert. I feel that also has a very undertoned racism effect with it as well. And seeing it with the African culture now, even though it is, you know, uplifted, right? I think even Lori Harvey did one, but it's the way you grab the food or you're about to eat the food and you're like, okay, it's good. Okay, it's good. Like somebody needed your validation. Us Africans have been eating African food way before it was a trend. So it's so funny to me to see it, whereas when I invited or asked anyone, oh, do you want to try this? You know, they were like, oh my God, what is that? Like, that looks so weird. Like, I don't want to try. Oh my God, that looks so scary. Like, but again, this was a very long time ago, right? Early 2000s, if not. But it's just interesting having these experiences and then seeing such a drastic change later into the future. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I do. If you choose to be fat, or if you choose to be like a fat model, obese model, bigger model, plus size model, whatever word you want to put within your perception, that's great. But why do I feel pressured to be okay with that? Or let's say if I liked a skinny model, it's wrong for me to like that. You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of being pushed. Whereas for me, I feel like it should just be exception. Meaning like, let's just accept the fact that we're all different sizes and we're all beautiful. But what I'm seeing is this like force of like, let it be okay that I'm big, let it be all right that I'm eating, let it be okay about my food addiction, it shouldn't be a big deal, where it's like, well, it is a big deal. I mean, it still affects your health. I don't think that's something we should ignore.
Let's see, is food gonna make me feel better? It is. Realistically, it is.
But does that mean I'm not going to accept you for who you are? Absolutely not. Of course I'm going to accept you for who you are, but I don't think the let's unplug and not care about the health aspect I don't think that makes any sense at all. And if I'm wrong here, please explain your opinion down below. I want to bounce ideas. I want to get that flowing, because I feel like you should care. I mean, even if you want to be big, maintain that bigness, right? Maybe you want to be 300. Let's make sure you're 300 the whole year and not 350. And then maybe you're getting close to 400. Oh, who cares if I'm getting close to 400, right? Like maintain it, the moderation, right? I feel like that conversation shouldn't be that big of a deal, but there are people who feel differently. So again, let me know your thoughts below. I'm actually curious. I personally feel like everybody is bisexual. And let me explain why. I think everybody's bisexual because if you weren't seeing anything with the perception of your own eyes, you would not even care to think about that person's gender. So if you're blindfolded, blindfolded, and you're having some fun down there, right? You know, think of a straw, right? And you don't know what gender is down there, but you still feel the pleasure. The only thing that's really stopping you is your own perception and your own boundaries of what you think is right or wrong. That's it. I feel like everybody and anybody can be bisexual. Anybody can be flexible when it comes to that. But I get it. The alpha men don't want to hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to be with no man. It got to be a threesome with 2 girls and that's it. I've heard all of it before. But I just personally feel that way. Let me know your thoughts because I just feel like the only thing that keeps you in that boundary is the constraint of your own mind. TJ Holmes flaunting his affair and his new woman should not surprise anybody. I'm actually confused on why people are surprised. If anything, it makes sense. It's what we see every day. My new trophy wife, my new wife, I got divorced, here's my new girlfriend. She's 22 years younger than me, she's 10 years younger than me. We see it every day all the time. I'm not really understanding like why it's so shocking. If anything, it's just more so, why is this normalized? That's the conversation that I think that we should be having. But again, women like this get away with murder. They get away with murder, point blank period. If you work somewhere or worked somewhere where they did not allow you to work or interview or get the job because you had to get this, I feel like that's illegal. I feel like that's illegal. I don't know what it is. Something about that to me just seems so wrong, especially if it's a remote position and you ain't even gonna be in an office. So why are you And I mean, I get it. I will show mine if I need to. I really will. But to demand it from the ones that didn't is a little strange to me. I was hearing stories on LinkedIn and I was like, wow. So there's like a whole like, I think program here in Texas that you can like apply for in case you lost your position because you didn't have it or whatever. You didn't get the second one, whatever it is. And I just find it so interesting that that's even like there. R. Kelly's music is still good. I'm gonna leave it right there.
That's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm sorry. Elmo has always been creepy. And after the allegations, every parent that still continues to feed Elmo to their child, explain to me why. Give me a good reason why below and tell me why you think that makes sense for when your child gets old enough to find out what happened with Elmo. That's the whole thing I don't understand about like, let's lie to children. Cause they're gonna be an adult human form one day where they're gonna be able to find out the truth. And you're gonna be sitting there looking very dumb, harping on your parent title. It's just, I don't get it. Anyways. Red onions are way better than white onions. I don't care what you say. Megan Thee Stallion isn't completely innocent. Because I feel like the situation I have with her and her friend is very much sketchy, and I think the fact that a lot of people aren't talking about it, or at least highlighting it, is very much another weird thing to me. But at the same time, I do love Megan Thee Stallion, so it's kind of hard for me. But at the same time, I do feel like there's no way that all parties are completely innocent. That's just what I think. Again, I could be wrong. Just my opinion. I believe Andrew Tate will continue to build a cult following and he will continue to make more money than most. I think it's just going to continue to get more and more and more, bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think the cancel culture attempt isn't working, I'll be honest with you. Because the thing is when you censor somebody and people know that they're being censored, then people want to know why they're being censored. You know what I'm saying? It literally is something I've even seen on a small level. So I can't imagine what it's like on a big level like Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Money means nothing, but it also means everything, but only because of the perception of you and us as a society. But in reality, money doesn't really mean anything.
Out of thin air. Would you be surprised? Well, that's exactly what happens. They have nothing. Money is absolutely useless. It is a piece of paper. It has no backing, and this is why it's called fiat currency, fiat money. It means nothing. It is valueless. It has no value. The only reason it has value is because we, the people, think it has value, and it's given to us as a piece of paper that has some sort of value, and we trade it and use it and go around and kill each other for it and rob banks for it and go to jail for it and do... It controls our lives from the first moment we are born to the last moment as we die. Money controls our lives.
It's actually extremely insidious. The entire thing, the entire thought of it is very scary. All right, I'm gonna leave you with 3 more. Beyonce's overrated. Done. I'm sorry. Nicki Minaj, the Barbs, extremely terrifying cult following. And when I say that, I mean it. Meaning, everyone I think at some point has been a part of it, but I don't think we've realized how terrible it is that we've been a part of it. And that's just to be completely honest. I think anybody that's taken a step out has realized that. And honestly, I think Nicki Minaj needs to correct it, say something about it. I think her just being silent is a little bit annoying. It reminds me of the whole like Rihanna not doing music for like years and years and then expecting us to care. You know, it's like, I want to, but also, where have you been? Where have you been? You know, it's very much that. I think that Justine and Travis Scott were a better couple. I think they looked better than Kylie and Travis. I could be wrong. Now, I have like 15 more unpopular opinions, but I will save them for the next unpopular opinion video. But let me know your thoughts on these unpopular opinions. Let me know your thoughts on these unpopular opinions down below. And let me know if you agree with any, and let me know if you disagree with any as well, because I really want to see your side. I really want to see everybody's side at some point. You know what I mean? Anyways, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all all in my next one. Whatever that will be. I don't know. It'll most likely be a reaction. Let's be honest.
Put it out the coupe in the lot, 12 for a squat, busting all the bells out the box, hit the lick with the box.